guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano in La Liga. Our game in hand. Finally, 3 months later, we are playing our game in hand. Now, if you do remember, this match was supposed to be played back in January, but it was suspended due to the Copa del Rey. Speaking of the Copa del Rey, the final is today, Betis versus Valencia, and now we will play our match in hand tomorrow. It's the only La Liga game this weekend. All eyes will be on Barcelona, and we have to pick up all 3 points. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so your regular La Liga kickoff time. And this match will be taking place at the Camp Nou. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch will be Idrissa Escudero, and on the VAR it will be Jose Luis Montero. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table. Barcelona are currently sat in second place in La Liga on 63 points. After playing 32 games, we have 18 wins, 9 draws, and 5 losses. And you look at our last 5 games in the league, 4 wins and 1 loss. Compared to the other top teams, not too bad of a record. Of course, top of the table, Real Madrid, 78 points, 15 points off the league. We're not winning the league. Let's focus on that top 4. Firstly, the top 4, we do have a good cushion because 5th place, Real Betis, we are 6 points ahead of them with a game in hand. So top 4 looking good right now, but we want to get 2nd place so we can play in the Spanish Super Cup in January 2023. Sevilla, Atletico Madrid right behind us. Same amount of points as Sevilla, 1 game played less, and right now 2 points ahead of Atletico Madrid, 1 game less played. This is our game in hand that has been looming over us for the past month. We have to win this game. It's at home. Got to give us a cushion in that top 4 race. We do have the easier running compared to Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, but what matters right now is getting those points on the board, and Barcelona will look to do so against Rayo Vallecano. And if you take a look at our opponents in Rayo Vallecano and where they're currently standing in the league table, they're currently sat in 14th place in La Liga on 37 points. After playing 32 games, they have 10 wins, 7 draws, and 15 losses. If you look at their last 5 games in the league, 2 losses, 2 draws, and a win. They're one of the worst teams in the league, below mid-table, which of course is where they're supposed to be at. Looks like they will survive in La Liga, but still one of the more poor sides in the league. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Rayo Vallecano. Like I just mentioned, it does look like they will stay up and not get relegated this season, but they are one of the more poor sides in the league. But if you look at the last time we played them this season, it was a 1-0 win for Rayo Vallecano, and of course, this was the match that sacked Ronald Koeman as the Barcelona head coach. 1-0, Falcao goal, typical. If you look at that lineup, my God, it looks completely different. Of course, the back 5 is the exact same. Midfield, of course, Roberto has, I remember the last time he played a game. Coutinho, Memphis, Kun Agüero, of course. Nico started in that midfield. I do remember that Nico was man of the match in this game. In this match, Barcelona were absolutely shocking, and in the end, the manager got sacked. And now, look at us now. We're 2nd place in the league. I think at this point in the season, we were like, what, 10th maybe, 8th maybe? So, a lot has changed since the last game, but we did lose the match that we played with Rayo Vallecano earlier on in the season. But if you take a look at Rayo Vallecano's last 6 matches in all competition, and the last match they beat Espanyol 1-0, they lost to Alaves 1-0, they drew 1-1 with Valencia, they drew 2-2 with Granada, they lost 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, but they did draw with Sevilla 1-1. So the 3 matches that I want to take a quick look at and analyze is the last 3 games in all competition against Espanyol, Alaves, and Valencia. Let's first take a look at their 1-1 draw against Valencia at home. Now in this match, they defended pretty well, Rayo Vallecano, with Valencia being the more dominant side. They're going to come out and attack. They of course parked the bus a bit, but they did have a few chances and end up scoring 1 as well. In the end, they walked away with a deserved 1 point. Let's now take a look at their 1-0 loss to Deportivo Alaves away from home. Now of course, Alaves are rock bottom of the league, and Rayo Vallecano did lose to them. It was a 1-0. Again, Alaves were more dominant side, being the home team, because they're pretty evenly matched. Rayo Vallecano had some good early results in the beginning of the league. That's why they're survived. But these teams on paper do pretty much match up pretty evenly. In this match again, Rayo Vallecano were very poor. Their defense was absolutely shocking. Their midfield wasn't too bad, but in the end they lost 1-0 and lost 3 points. And finally, let's take a look at their last match in all competition, which was a 1-0 win against those rats down the road, Espanyol, away from home. They showed up and put in a strong performance. Despite only winning 1-0, they absolutely dominated Espanyol. Shout out to them. Their midfield was very strong. Their defense was very solid. They had a few chances, and in the end they ended up scoring 1, which gave them the important 3 3 points. So overall, final thoughts on Rayo Vallecano. Like I always say against these kind of teams, they're your typical La Liga side against the big sides. What they'll do is come to them, park the bus, and counterattack and hope for the best. Their current manager is Iraola. He's done very well for them so far since 2020 when he's become the manager. Kept them up, of course. I think he got them promoted as well. He's done okay with them, but of course hasn't exceeded expectations. Now, places to look out for Rayo Vallecano. There is quite a few. Firstly, Dimitrievski in goal, who has been linked with Barcelona in the past. In January, he was linked to come in as a natural replacement. Keep your eyes on him. Secondly, their best player this season, Cantana. He's their center back. He's done very, very well for them this season. Their best performer. He's done okay there at the back. The midfielder, Trigo. He's a very, very strong midfielder. Argentine, very, very creative. But where Rayo Vallecano is mostly strengthened is in the attack. Firstly, Bebe. I don't know why. Always turns up against Barcelona. I think he's a aforementioned United player as well. And Teca as well has done very well for them this season in the attack. Also, of course, Falcao. Again, these veteran players always turn up against Barcelona. And lastly, their best attacker, who is a doubt for this match, he could be injured, Sergi Guardiola. He's on form right now. He scored a lot of goals for Rayo Vallecano this season. He's the reason why they're staying up in the league, but he is an injury doubt, so we can keep an eye out on that. If he does play, though, he's very, very, very clinical. He also played, I believe, in Real Valladolid a few years ago and scored at the Camp Nou as well. You give him a chance, he will score alongside Falcao as well. So those are players to look out for. They're very, very experienced team. A lot of veterans in their team. Some young players as well. They'll all come out and they all will put in a defensive performance. What Barcelona have to do, again, win that midfield battle, control the play, and of course, finish our chances as well. Now, with the league season winding down, yellow card accumulation is something very important to look out for, especially with the top 4 race being very, very close. Right now in the Barcelona squad, there are 2 players who are 1 yellow card away from suspension. Those 2 players are Eric Garcia and Frankie de Jong. If they get a yellow card in this match, they will be suspended for the next match in the league against Real Mallorca. Let's now take a look at the squad list. The squad list for this match has been released and confirmed, and it is as follows: Ter Stegen, Des, Pique, Araujo, Busquets, Ricky Puig, Dembele, Dani Alves, Memphis, Adama, Braithwaite, Neto, Nico Lenglet, Lou Dion, Jordi Alba, Ferran, Frankie de Jong, Mingueza, Eric Garcia, Aubameyang, Xavi, and Arnau Tenes. So from the last squad list is the exact same. Araujo makes the list. How? I have no idea, but he's there, and still no Ansu Fati, Roberto, and Umtiti. Other than that, no other surprises. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. This press conference this morning, of course, is asked a lot of questions by the media. Some good questions, may I add, as well. So let's get and see what our manager said. Starts off by saying that tomorrow we have a golden opportunity to consolidate ourselves in second place in a match against a rival who will put pressure on us. It was working well with Iraola. We have to be more forceful in our first scoring chances. Winning would be an important step to establish ourselves in the Champions League and aspire as well to finish in second place. Pique has been in pain for the past 2 or 3 months with a lot of commitment, and we'll see tomorrow. He couldn't train today, we couldn't complete the training session, and we'll have to see how he's depending on his feeling. If he's 100%, he'll play because he's a very important player for us. We had an excellent month of March, and now we have lost feelings, but we have to now recover that. Rayo had a great season at the beginning. They have reached the semi-cup final in the Copa Del Rey, and I'm very happy with the work that Iraola has done with them. Ferran can play every 3 or 4 days. We had to play with the best possible team to achieve our main objective, which of course is to qualify for the Champions League. Whether he scores or not, Ferran is very important. He's going to start tomorrow 100%. For players to be signed from now on, other players have to leave. We are starting to plan for next season, yes, but we depend a lot on the situation of the club financially. We must understand that we are in a post-Messi era. We must be very patient and calm. I'm very positive, but Laporta is even more positive than me. It's true that the league isn't lost mathematically, but we have to be realistic. The message for the fans is clear. We need them. Without them, we are less of a team. It is very, very obvious, as we saw against Eintracht Frankfurt and Cadiz. And if everything goes well, Ansu Fati, who is training very well, will be ready next week for the match against Mallorca. We can't achieve La Liga this season. Since I arrived in November, we are only 1 point behind Real Madrid, but what counts is the total points of the whole entire season. Unfortunately, that is the reality. We have to be realistic, continue our work, be patient, and try to compete for titles next season because we are Barcelona. Aubameyang has scored goals throughout his entire career. He's a very good signing, a great success for the the club, an excellent signing in the winter market, and great job well done by Mateo Alemán. Then asked about Frankie de Jong rumors going to Manchester United after they appointed Erik ten Hag. He said Frankie de Jong is a very important player for me and for the club. He has to mark an era. I'm very happy with him and he must continue to be a leading player. And if it were up to me, he will continue for many more years at Barcelona. And lastly, Xavi concluded off by saying that reinforcements, there's no specific line. The idea is to have 2 competitive players in each position next season and to have a very, very good starting lineup and also to have squad depth as well. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Rayo Vallecano tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup predictions. We're start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. This lineup for him is going to be absolutely crucial. What's the one key word? Rotation. He has to make rotation in this match. We have a lot of games coming up, very, very decisive games as well. The question is for Xavi, where will he rotate? I think Xavi will go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think he'll go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Dani Alves, Pique, Eric Garcia, and Des. Midfield 3 of Busquets, Nico, and Gavi, and a front 3 of Adama Traore, Aubameyang, and Ferran Torres. I think Xavi will rotate in one position in each position of the team. So in the defense, in the midfield, and the attack, he'll make one rotation in each of them. In the defense, I think he'll rest Jordi Alba and bring in Des. He'll rest Dani Alves and Pique and play them, maybe not the full 90 minutes, but they will start. And of course, Eric Garcia will start as well. I think pretty much in that back 5, I think Ter Stegen and Eric Garcia are a guarantee. The question is who will be the rest. In the midfield, I think the guarantee is Busquets. He will start, in my opinion, 100%. The question is who will be in front of him. Will it be Gavi, Nico, or Frankie de Jong? I think he will go with Gavi and Nico. There's no chance that Ricky Puig starts. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. It is between Gavi, Nico, and Frankie de Jong. I think he will go with Gavi and Nico. In the front 3, I think he has to make a rotation. I think he will drop Dembele, of course, a little bit of injury prone, and bring in Adama Traore. Of course, Ferran Torres has his news, so he'll stay in there as well. He could bring in Memphis, but I think he was very, very poor against Cadiz. I think he'll stick with Oba. He could start with Luke, but I highly doubt that. And that's why I think that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach. I've gone full gun-ho, I've gone crazy, I've gone with the full rotation side. I've gone with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Dani Alves, Mingueza, Eric Garcia, and Des. Midfield 3 of Nico, Frankie, and Ricky Puig. And front 3 of Adama, Luke de Jong, and Memphis Depay. Now hear me out. The first starting lineup is absolutely dead. They're fatigued. They played 100 minutes against Real Sociedad. They played on the Monday as well. I'm not taking no risk. At the Camp Nou with the fans against Rayo Vallecano, this team is good enough to beat them. No doubt about that. And firstly, I would make Dani Alves the captain. And of course, I think Ter Stegen is next in line. But for me, in my opinion, it has to be an outfield player. I'm not really a fan of goalkeepers being the captain. So on paper, if this would have happened, Ter Stegen would be the captain. I'll just keep that out there. Again, I'd go full rotation, rest Gavi. I think the only place I would start was Frankie de Jong, but again, the reason why I start Frankie de Jong is he's on 1 yellow card away from suspension. I'd tell him go out there, play an hour, and get a yellow card so you can be suspended for the next match, so you can be rested in that match. See? Big brain. Everything else, I'd go full rotation, man. If he's going to start Memphis, start him on the left at the striker position, he absolutely sucks. I would play Ricky Puig, and it's a golden opportunity for him. And yeah, I just don't want any fatigue. I don't want any more injuries. This has to be the lineup in my opinion. And that's the lineup I would select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below. Would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I think Barcelona will win and win this match by 2-0. I think Xavi will go with a decent lineup. If he goes with my lineup, of course, it'll be a bit more difficult because they're not, experienced together. They haven't played too much together. But with Xavi's lineup, they should be winning this match 100% guaranteed. If they lose this match or even drop points, it will be a disgrace. It's our game in hand. We have to win at the Camp Nou against the semi-poor side. It should be an easy 3 points, but the big question for me is, will Sergio Guardiola start for Rayo Vallecano? If he does play, it'll be a bit more difficult. If he doesn't, this should be nothing but 3 points for Barcelona. And in the end, I think we'll get that. I think Barcelona won this match by 2-0. But of course, let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. So that was my match preview for Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. And of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly is your score prediction. And secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with if you were the manager, full rotation or not? Let me know your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow for the match by match review. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Big game ahead. Of course, the only match in La Liga this week. Nothing but the 3 points. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah!